I'm heading off to Lady Musgrave. It's 12 o'clock in the evening from just outside Wathumba Creek. I'll show you on the map. Yeah, that's Wathumba Creek, that little lagoon in there. That's Fraser Island. That's Fraser there, and we're going here to up that track there to Lady Musgrave. It's 77 nautical miles from here, and this is whale country, so I'm putting the life jacket on. My personal e-perk. After hitting a whale. After hitting a whale last year. In the morning, and we're just passing Rooney's Point on Fraser Island, heading for Lady Musgrave. Doing about 5 knots. The wind is behind us, and we're goose-winged at the moment, and everything's pretty good. You know, we've got a offshore breeze because of the island at the moment, so it's very flat, and yeah, it's a great sail. There's no moon, so it's just pitch black. I'll show you on the chart down below, you know, where we are. Yeah, that's where we started from there, which is Wathumba Creek. Set off at 12 o'clock. Just going by Rooney's Point with that little yellow thing there. And that's my rum line to Lady Musgrave. Distance to go is 68 nautical miles, and at the moment we're doing 5 knots or 4.6. Got a bit of tide against us at the moment, but we're doing pretty well. It's now 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's just come over the horizon, and we've got 48 miles to go now, which is basically 8 hours. So we should be in about 2 o'clock, I'd think, or by 3 anyway, to be getting to Lady Musgrave. Blowing about 15 knots. The sea's very calm. You know, there's because we're still in the shelter of Fraser Island, so there's no swell, and it's only the seas that have built up basically overnight, and little bit of cloud about, but hadn't heard any whales through the night. Well, it's 10:30, and we're rolling on down on a broad reach at the moment to and we've got 24 nautical miles to go at the moment to Lady Musgrave. You know, the only thing that's changed since sunrise really is the wind's got up a little bit more. I've changed the solar panels from one side of the boat to the other. Yeah, Anna's doing pretty well, my auto helm. There's my Anderson plugs that are giving me a bit of a problem. But the great thing is with these solar panels, you can switch them from side to side, so when you're doing long legs, you know, it does make a hell of a difference when you how much sun you get on them, and you have no shading from the sails. I've got one boat coming up behind me, a motorboat called Watermark. He'll be running down this rum line. Yeah, I'm going to be at the I'm going to get to Lady Musgrave about 3 o'clock, I think, if the wind keeps up like this. And he's going to be passing me, so because he reckons he's going to get there and when he logged in, and he said that 1:03. I thought, well, that's being a bit precise. Yeah, it's great excitement. I've got Lady Musgrave on the chart plotter. And there you go. There it is, Lady Musgrave, and press in there, press there, and we've got 9 miles to go, and we're doing 5.6 knots over the ground. We're doing 6.4 knots through the water, so we've got a bit of tide against us here. Yeah, we're sailing down on a broad reach, and we're starting to see loads of birds now, which will be coming from Lady Musgrave fishing. They're probably nesting on the island. Got noddies there, and I don't know what the others are called. We're 4 miles off Lady Musgrave. Things are looking up. It's a brilliant day outside. I eventually got my solar panels working. Bloody broken wire. Took me all of an hour to find out what it was. And there's Lady Musgrave. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we've made quite good progress. I said we'd be here at 3, and I think that'll be about what time we'll actually get in the lagoon. Yeah, now I've got something to steer at. I will have a go at steering myself now. Put the canoe in the water so I can see, and retire the autopilot. Fairfax on the bow, and Lady Musgrave is over here. We're just skirting the reef at the moment. There's quite a bit of fringing reef off this island, and then we're going to go into the lagoon, which is where those boats are. We've got to go round the island first. There's kind of a trawler up there, a fishing boat, and I think that's about where the entrance to the lagoon is. Yeah, we made good progress, had a good day. Been a nice sail. Going around the side of Lady Musgrave's, going west now to the entrance. The entrance is basically past that trawler. I can see the markers, but you may not be able to see them in the camera. I'm going to drop the main now, because I need to run the motor for a while, because my batteries are pretty low, so I need to be able to get through the night with a fridge and on the lights and everything. So we're going to give it a run for 3/4 of an hour while we get in. There you go, you can see the fringing reef there, and then those dark things are the bommies in the water, so I've got to quickly go and turn now. And there's the island. Looking outside the lagoon and in. This is where I'd anchor if it was too dark, if I was in the dark. This is basically on sand here in 24 meters of water. It's about a mile before the entrance. After inspecting the buoy at the entrance, which can take a vessel of 30 meters, certainly big enough for Stratos, I'm heading in through the into the lagoon, through the entrance. There's a port and starboard mark here, and it is fairly deep, so you don't have to worry about a thing there. You've just got to turn when you get in there because there's a rock in front, bommy in front. So just got to turn before that. It's high tide at the moment, and almost all the corals are covered with about at least 2 meters of water, I think. But you can see out there in the distance the waves breaking on the outer reef of the. Coming down to the anchorage point in the lagoon now. I think there seems to be, these boats seem to be on national park moorings, so you know, maybe we'll be in luck and there'll be one for me. There's 5 motorboats on moorings in the lagoon tonight, and 1 catamaran called Lady Bella. I'm the only one without an anchor winch, and I'm the one that's had to anchor. I put I think it's 50 meters of chain out, and a little bit of warp on the front, probably going another about 4 meters of warp on the front to stop the chain, the vibration of the chain rubbing over the bottom coming up into the boat. Also takes the shock load if it's really blowing. Another great sunset over Lady Musgrave Island. I'd like to thank Peter Halliburton from Canada, who shouted me a beer. Yeah, thanks Peter, and much appreciate it. There'll be some more movies. They're going to be a bit of a while because I'm sailing up and can't download them onto the internet that easy from Lady Musgrave and from the reef. So you'll have to wait a while, but by November I hope to have a few out for you, so that you can that you'll be able to sit by your fire in Canada in -32 and see the tropics. And an old Pom that moved out here sailing his boat around. Well, that's all from Lady Musgrave. The light's basically fading now. I'm going to have to go down and cook me tea.